If people say you twang a lot, keep twanging. Twang even more. Keep pissing them off. When you get to be the queen that dictates how other people act around you, you've won. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, you're most definitely welcome, and if you are a regular an individual who watches my channel each and every now and again, welcome back, sis. Welcome back to the Dolly's gang. Yes, I am back again with another video. You guys, I'm trying a new shooting spot and I feel like there's a weird sound in the background, and I really hope you guys cannot hear it. Honestly, I don't know what that sound is coming from, but it comes every now and again, and you guys are just gonna have to forgive me for that. Today's video is just not the ordinary type of content that I normally give out. It's an idea that came up to me in my head when someone asked me, Kanyisa, but how did you go from what you were in high school and primary school to the person that you are today? Because honestly, I have changed entirely. I used to be this really shy person. Like, I wouldn't even speak to anyone in high school. I wouldn't speak to anyone in primary school. Like, I was the type of kid that if you said hello, like, I probably wouldn't even say hello back, just because I always felt like I'm gonna say something stupid, because I always run everything in my head before I say it out loud. So I'm always like, okay, I'm fine, thank you, I'm fine, thank you, I'm fine, thank you. And then once I say something, it would be like, I'm thank you, fine. You know, type of vibes, if you get what I mean. So how did I go from being that girl to being the girl that I am today? Interesting question, because it took a lot of years of building up and, you know, basically changing my lifestyle, changing a lot of things in order for me to get here. And so I'm just going to give you a little, not necessarily tips, because I know that you guys are very confident out there, but like, I'm just going to tell you how I managed to switch my life around from what I used to be to what I am today. So the first time I realized that I was a really shy person that was socially awkward was when I got put into using a transport with everyone in the beginning of kindergarten and all of that. My mom used to walk me to school. She used to drop me off every single day and pick me up as well. If it wasn't my mother, it was my nanny. So I just never got to, you know, interact with other kids. And so there came a time where I had to go to grade R, which was like big school. And this time around, the school was much further, so walking to school was not possible anymore. So my mom put me into this transportation that I had to share with other kids, right? And I'm telling you, when I got there, it was just chaos. It was chaos because other kids were more, you know, lively. They would speak the whole time, and I would just be there listening and not know what to say. And sometimes I would have something to say, but I wouldn't say it because I always thought, oh, that is so dumb. Like, why would I even want to say that? You know, stuff like that. Like, that kept running in my mind. So I got used to listening to other people. I got used to not greeting other people, because like, it took a lot for me to say hello. Saying hello, it took a lot. And so I just let that build up, and I became this extremely introverted human being that couldn't even socialize with anyone, literally anyone. It was even hard for me to make friends. The people that made friends with me are the people that actually tried to make friends with me. I wouldn't even try to make friends with other people because I didn't know where to start. I always felt like I'm not smart enough to say anything right now, and so that's when the self-esteem issue started, right? And so fast forward, there came a time in school where we had to start doing presentations. As far as I remember, they started us as doing group works and stuff like that. So I would never be the one to actually speak to the class, and I would always avoid that. And so therefore I always offered to be the secretary of the group every time. Literally, I was always the one writing down, just so that I don't have to go and present in front of the class. Cool. Then after that, there came a time where it was like individual work, individual, you know, presentations. And let me tell you, every time I had to stand in front of a class and speak, my mouth would literally dry and I would start to stutter, and I just would start sweating. My armpits would sweat, and I just couldn't do it. Every time, I always made sure that it's as short as possible. Literally a minute is more than enough for me to finish my presentation. And most times I would like prepare something and then end up not saying what I actually prepared. I'd always make up lies. If anybody here knows me from high school, they would know how crazy and silly my story times would be. Every time it would be like something way off topic. Even like, I remember this one time I spoke about, I think it was in grade 9, I spoke about this plane crash and people turned into bright meat. And I literally thought of that on the spot. That wasn't my prepared speech. So that goes to tell you how much I was so shy. I don't know. I don't even know how to describe what I was, but it was just out of this world, and it was just another level of being shy. Cool shop. So moving on, we continued just like that until the end of high school. University came. I couldn't even make a single friend. Let me tell you, I couldn't even learn the language, because you know how easy it is to learn a language. The more you speak a language when you're trying to learn is the more you learn. So I went to Bloemfontein for so many years, and I can't speak Sotho. I really can't. I can understand it, but I can't speak it. And that's how much of a shy person I was. I would even avoid going to church because I thought too much of it. I would avoid anything that had to do with meeting people in small groups. Oh, that was even worse, because then it meant that I have to speak to other people, you know. Like, it was so bad, guys. Like, I would only go to parties where there's like loud music, and I knew that I wouldn't speak to anyone. If it was like a chillers and you were supposed to like sit next to the pool, drink some wine and enjoy conversations, count me out, darling. I was never there, because I knew for a fact that I would go home thinking about the same thing, the same one single mistake that I made over and over again, and I would think about it for 3 weeks non-stop, and I would just be shattered. I became working class now. So my first form of confidence that I built, I got it from watching a YouTube video. I kept watching, you know, Patricia Bright, and I asked myself, how is this woman so confident? How is she so out there, you know, outspoken and social, and she's able to speak to other people, she's able to do like a whole lot of things, like, but she's just like me, I'm just like her. And I took some time to study her and a few other YouTubers, of course, and I realized that sometimes you just need to work on things from an intrinsic level. Sometimes you just need to do some self-introspection and realize that certain things are just not there. Like, certain things are just in your mind, and people probably don't even notice you at the end of the day because they have their own issues going on. So not everything is such a big deal. From there on, my life started changing because I started changing my mindset. So the whole point is for you to change your mindset first. Like, you will never win if you don't change your mindset about what people think about you, your surroundings. Like, you know, for example, if I go to a restaurant right now, I don't care a rat's ass who says what. I am just that girl that everyone would turn and look at because I'm that confident. Like, literally, I don't care what you think, I don't care what you do, I don't care who you are. In my mind, I'm thinking, you don't even know me. Like, you see me today, tomorrow you don't even see me. In fact, 48 hours later, or even 3 hours later you don't even remember me, like you don't even remember my face, just because that's how I feel about other people. When I see other people in the streets, of course I'm gonna see you for the first 30 seconds. I'm looking at what you're doing and I'm like, that's different, you know. And you know, after 5 minutes I've already forgotten about you. I'm not even speaking about you. I'm literally focused on my life. And so that helps me a lot, because I started realizing that life is not all about being seen. Life is not all about what other people think. Life is all about you. It's all about your moment. Whatever moment you're in, take advantage of it and do your best. And so this is how I started. I started watching YouTube videos on how to dress chic, or how to look bougie on a budget. Those are the type of videos I used to search a lot. Videos on how to build confidence, type of videos on how to have a conversation. And I realized one thing, that when you are having a conversation with people, don't listen to respond, you listen to understand, and you listen to learn most of the time. And after that I realized that I've always had more to say than I used to, because back then, like, I would just be the type of girl that would be like, yeah, and then you're like, yo, are you not interested in this conversation? But like, it's not that I wasn't interested, but it was like I didn't know what to say, because I always thought what I have to say is irrelevant, what I have to say is less interesting, it's stupid, it's the dumbest thing ever. Like, I used to think that I'm the dumbest person ever, and so I wouldn't speak because of that. And so after that I started another strategy, which was, you know, obviously I've like now worked on my style, worked on my looks, because looks matter. Honestly, looks matter. And what you see in the mirror, as long as you're happy, darling, like, nobody can say anything to you. Like, as long as you feel like you look your best, no one can touch you, and no one can ever tell you that, oh no, you don't look good, and you believe it. Like, honey, when you look good, the moment you walk out of the house and people stare at you, you are thinking, oh my gosh, they're staring at me because I look amazing, I look amazing. And that's the mindset you should stay at, because the moment you think, oh my gosh, my sweater has a hole, the moment you walk out of the house and everybody stares at you, you're thinking they're looking at that hole on your sweater. So as long as you have a positive mindset, you're always gonna have a positive outcome out of others, because you don't even know what they're thinking. But not those that could be thinking, oh my gosh, her makeup is too much, oh my gosh, her clothes don't suit her. But because you're thinking positive of yourself, that won't come to your mind. And the moment that doesn't come to your mind, you become more confident in yourself. You become more confident approaching other people, you become more confident around other people, you become more confident verbally as well, because sometimes someone can be super attractive when you look at the physical aspect of things, and then the moment they open their mouth, it's just like, oh my gosh, can you just shut up? I wish I had never heard you speak, because honestly you just became 10 times unattractive. And that is another thing. You need to work on your brains. You need to work on your knowledge, honey. That is also very important, because in as much as you can be like the most beautiful girl in the world, who cares if you're beautiful, if you have nothing good to say, if you have nothing innovative to say, if you have nothing out of the box to say, you know? And so how I built that for me personally was to, I know I'm probably gonna get into trouble for this, and this sounds so wrong, but I went on dates like a mad person. Like, I would go on dates every weekend, sometimes even on work nights I would go on dates. And that was my aim, was not even to date those people. My aim was to build my confidence, because you know, when you get to a date, it's like a sort of an interview. Someone will ask you, so what's in it for you, what are you looking for, what are you about, tell me about yourself. That's the most dreading question for a lot of people. a lot of people don't like speaking about themselves, but then I feel like on a date you get to speak about yourself in a manner where like you grasp certain things, because you are selling yourself. Like you're trying to show this person that, okay, I'm an amazing person, I'm worth dating, I'm worth this, I'm worth that. So you're only going to say positive things about yourself, and that helps build your vocabulary about yourself. Because the moment someone says, tell me about yourself, you literally go blank. But if you are on a date, because it's such an informal, you know, environment, an informal setting, you get to loosen up more and say more about yourself. You're gonna express yourself better than you would in an actual interview. So as you keep saying these things, as you keep doing these things, it's a cycle. You keep doing it and repeating it and repeating it every day, then it gets engraved in your mind. This, oh my god, this is who I am, this is what I like, this is my hobby, this is I'm all about this, these are my values, these are my norms. At the end of the day, like, it becomes so much easier for you to express yourself at any setting. Like, honey, I would nail anything at this point. Like, I'm not saying like I could do like public speaking and all of that, but lately, well, this year, I realized that I spoke for the first time in a public setting, like on a mic. Literally, I spoke to a mic. I had never spoken to a mic before, and that was because every time I think about grabbing that mic, my mouth got dry and I would start like stuttering, my voice would start shaking. And also another thing that helped me was opening a YouTube channel. Honestly, I opened the YouTube channel and I just started talking smack, and I thought people are not even gonna watch this, but actually people watch my channel, people comment on my channel, and that gave me a lot of confidence, to be honest, because I was like, okay, so I'm not dumb after all. I actually have people that are actually interested in hearing what I have to say. At the end of the day, people are interested in seeing what I'm doing, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's amazing, let's keep it going. And sometimes like someone would come and like comment a bad comment, blah blah blah. That used to affect me a lot, but now I just don't respond. Like, I don't even, it's like there's a barrier, there's a shield, you know, a metal shield in my heart. Like, whenever someone says something negative to me, I just filter it out, and I'm like, okay, I'm not the problem, you are the problem, because you are the one that's busy behind a keyboard, busy insulting a stranger on the internet. That says all about you. Honey, so that is how I built my confidence. And also, I'm so confident that I get to do things that I never dreamt that I would. I never ever in my life dreamt that I would travel all the way to Europe by myself, because I always thought I'm always gonna say something wrong, I'm always gonna, you know, make a mistake, I'm always gonna screw up things. You know, when I get to the airport, when they ask me where are you going, I'm always gonna, you know, shake and then, you know, get arrested because I'm a suspect of drugs and all of that. But now I'm just like, honey, I stand firm in my ground, and I know what I stand for, I know what I'm doing, and I act confident. I act like I've traveled the world so much. Of course, my passport right now has a lot of stamps, but in the beginning, honey, it was just a matter of you've only been to Europe once, what are you doing here again? And so I just, you know, I act so confident. I walk in the airport like I've been there before. Honey, I just don't budge. Someone taught me once, it was my previous boss actually, he was very, you know, quite shitty, but like he gave such good advice to us as his employees all the time. Like, I'd always listen to that man with a learning ear, you know, like I wouldn't just listen for the sake of listening just because he's my boss. I would always take notes in my head and make sure that I apply the knowledge that he gives to us. So what he taught us was that whenever you walk into a room, you walk in and look at everybody. Don't walk in and try to avoid looking at people and stuff like that, because they're gonna think you're scared of them. And the moment you walk in and look at everybody, they think, oh my gosh, who is this person? Who does he think he is? Who does she think she is? Who the hell is this person to just walk in and look at everybody like that? Who the hell do you think you are? I'm Kanyisa. Hello. And trust me, that works all the time. I used to be the type of person that would be like, hey, if I'm late, I'm no longer going there because everybody's gonna look at me. No, just walk in and look at everybody. Why are they looking at you? Why are they looking at you? Because you look confident. They're asking themselves, where does this person get their nerve to walk in so late and still be so confident? It's called confidence, darling. Don't shake. Don't let them shake you. Don't let them tell you not to do it. Because the moment you don't take that risk, you have eliminated your confidence. Confidence is doing. Confidence is trying. Confidence is trying until you get it right. Confident people don't give up. They don't give up. They don't give up easily. They don't budge. Like, confident people will not say, oh, I'm no longer going because I'm late. Nah, they still go, honey. As long as you're walking in stylish, ain't nobody care. They can see that, okay, you're late because you look good. Like, you was trying to look good for the date. You were trying to look good for the event. That's why you are late. But then also you need to balance that with respecting other people's times, with respecting other people as well. Confident people always have a listening ear. You don't need to be talkative to seem confident. All you need to do as a confident person is not care what other people have to say about you. Be yourself. As long as you're yourself around other people, you've won, honey. Like, as long as you don't have to pretend to be this person or to impress other people, you've won, honey. You are having other people to adjust to your personality. You are having other people to adjust to who you are, then you won. Definitely won. Because I'll give you an example. A lot of people, when they go to, well, the queen's house, they always like live to please the queen. You know, they live to please the queen. They act in a certain way because the queen's values are being met. The queen expects this and that. When you get to be the queen that dictates how other people act around you, you won. You are the queen. You're the queen of your life. You're the queen of that environment. You're the queen of that moment. And so that was my secret. I basically went on dates to build up my confidence. I did research about looking bougie on a budget. I know for a fact that I can run the world on my white top and black jeans or blue jeans. I can wear the same clothes, honey, and people can say that I'm stylish. As long as when you buy clothes, you invest in a good quality material, good structure. Like, when you buy a blazer, make sure that it has shoulder pads, because that's gonna help you look like your shoulders are upright, you know. And also your posture is important. When you're walking, do that catwalk, honey. Even if people say that you walk in a certain way or you're feeling yourself, yes, feel yourself. Why not? Why can't you feel yourself? If people say you twang a lot, keep twanging. Twang even more, honey. Just do it. Exaggerate everything that people say about you. Like, if they say, oh my god, she speaks like she's from America, just do it even more. Do it even more. Keep it going, keep it coming, keep pissing them off, because that's how you build up your confidence. That's how you build a barrier from thinking too much about what people think about you and just focusing on what benefits you. Focus on what is good for you at the end of the day. Focus on what you are here for, honey. Are you here to think about other people that don't even pay your bills? Or are you here to make money? Are you here to get a better job? Because honestly, the moment you get confident, you get paid even more, because you get to do a better job at work. So if you ask for a raise, they're most likely to give it to you. And if you go to another interview, you're most likely to get the job, honey. There is nothing negative about being confident. In fact, it builds you up in life. It gives you a better life, a more comfortable life, a more, you know, the type of life that you've always wanted from a young age, or the type of life that you want for yourself at the end of the day. As far as I know, there's nothing that could possibly go wrong from you being confident and all of that. And so yeah, that is my story of how I became more confident. And I'm sorry to all the men that I used by going on a date with them and practicing my confidence, whatever it is. But yeah, you guys were really helpful, and thank you so much for taking me to all these fancy places, because I would never afford to take myself there. And now I get to speak about the places that I've been to. I get to speak about these fancy restaurants. Oh my gosh, like I'm not easily impressed anymore because I've been to a lot of, you know, fancy restaurants. Like if you tell me about Marble or whatever, like Saints, I don't know, I don't think Saints is a fancy restaurant, but like I'm just like, you know, the top restaurants like your Pigalle and, you know, your really fancy restaurants in Joburg. I've been there, done that. How nice is that to talk about things that you've done, food that you've had. I've learned how to eat with chopsticks, you know, and that was because I put myself out there. I put myself in the types of environments that allowed me to build up, allowed me to put up my standards. At the end of the day, like if you take me on a date, you can't take me to Nando's. Duh, like you can see me, look at me. Do I look fit to go to Nando's? No. Being not easily impressed is a flex, because honey, the moment you get exposed, the moment you get to see these nice things, and seemingly, of course, you're not stupid, you're not gonna go around telling men that, oh no, my ex took me there. No, act like you took yourself there. Act like you took yourself there so he can see the standards are high with you, and the standards are not made by another man, they're made from you, by yours truly. You do things for yourself. If you don't know things, they're gonna start low. Like if you act like you're impressed by, you know, being taken to, for example, Tasha's, and they're gonna think that's the best you've ever seen, and so they're gonna treat you like that's the best you deserve at the end of the day. When did this become about men? Yeah, and anyway, and so that has helped me a lot. Like when I go to places, people give me a VIP type of treatment. Like I know it's crazy. Like I just went from this ordinary girl that was so shy to say anything to anyone to being this person that will be told, oh no, you're gonna eat your food this side, you know, when like it's a function and stuff like that. They treat you in a different manner because you have a certain language that you speak. You speak the language of money, you speak the language of elegance, you speak the language of knowledge, you know. It's not just about pretty face. Nobody cares about your pretty face, but of course the pretty face also adds up to the equation. Very much. It's very important as well, but not too important. The most important is what comes from here. What comes from here. Like if people are bored around you, honey, you need to fix yourself. But you're allowed to be bored though around other people. And also being selfish counts as well, honey. Like another thing that helped me was like to always think about how things are going to benefit me at the end of the day. Like if it's unbeneficial to me, then I'm not interested. I am very selfish. I'm not gonna lie, I'm the most selfish person ever. Like I'm selfish with my body, I'm selfish with my time, I'm selfish with the company that I keep around. I am the most selfish person. Financially, I think that's the reason why I've never been scammed in my life. I am so selfish and stingy. Like towards other people, I'm so stingy. I'm so sorry. Like the only person that I spend money on is my son and my family. Otherwise, if you are just a regular man trying to date me and you show me at any point that you have money problems, I'm sorry, I'm going. And I'm out. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful, and I hope you enjoyed it. More than anything, I hope you're gonna take something out of it and help build up your confidence, especially as a young girl that's coming straight from university, a young girl that's in high school, a young girl that is trying to build herself up confidence wise. This is going to help you. I hope it's helpful. Thank you so much for watching. I love you loads. From me to you, it's only love.